Okay, so real quick, we're really close. I keep saying that, I promise. Look, we got all our 4 containers ready. And remember, our resin, don't know about your resin, but our resin, part B actually goes in first, okay? Which is the resin is part A, so the hardener is part B. It goes in first. Look at the difference in putting a light to your container versus not. The knot is very, very hard to see. All these are sitting here at 2 liters, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. They're sitting here, they're ready to go. Now we're getting ready to dump in our resin, which is part A. So the hardener is very thick. As you're pouring, we always stop. 64 ounces is right below here. Let's look at this one. 64 ounces is right below the 2 liters. So we always stop here. Because this is so thick, when you stop pouring, it has not made its way to the bottom and rise the sea level. So we stop here, and by the time we stop there and let that sit for a minute, it actually rises. So we wanted to point that out to you. We have all these ready to go. When we go to dump in the resin, it's a little bit different. It's going to come out a little thinner. Once we stop at the 4 liter mark, it will actually be there because it is settling actively while we're pouring it. That's the difference. So you can pour part B in there, fill it to the 2 liter, and you're going to be using like a little cup or something, and you're going to be pulling some of that back out because you'll be off your mark. So we're going to go ahead and get going. We'll bring you all right back. Look, I got to make this quick because as you can see, we got 2 of them mixed. He's working on the 3rd one. I want to show you. See how it's 76 degrees? It's climbing. This one was 3 minutes behind. See, it's not quite there, but everything has been mixed to our 6-minute mark. We add all our pigments and stuff in at the 3-minute mark. So just trying to give you a, example here. We're not sitting here. I come back and stir that, but it's not hurting anything sitting here right now so that we can get these others. That's already on that timer. Then we're going to pour all these out. That little tab I told you about. Roll with it, Tom. It's hard to do with one hand, you guys, but I'm trying. Get that off here, bro. There we go. Now, Tom's going to take the phone here, get his gloves off. There you go, brother. Now, this is where you gotta, I need a rag or something, brother. There we go. This is where you gotta come on. Okay, time sensitive. Make sure I've already tested my spritz. Okay, pay attention. I got a mask on right now. Now look, it doesn't matter what hits the wall with the spritz. We don't care about that. We can paint that later. What does matter, here you go. I'll fix that here in a second. I'll show them something. Here we go. What this is going to do, it's going to look like you got a boatload of fish eyes. And in all fairness, you do. They will settle back down. This will be the sleekest look. Remember, you got to do the inside one too. There you go. Now,
Stay tuned. Hang on. Don't go nowhere. Important little tip right here. Come here, Tom. Show them right here. Now look, we ain't gonna sit here and wait for that edge. We're gonna go ahead and get it. So I'm gonna take some of this while it's still running, gather it, and boom, bring it to me. Gather these drips, boom, bring it over there. Get that coated. This is going to ensure while it's still running. It's basically like a paintbrush. Anywhere we see that it's not coated like we want, I'm doing this and getting that to go with me. And look, you guys, I ain't kidding you, this stuff is very harmful. Me and Tom are sitting here with masks on. Do not cheat that, I'm telling you. Just like that. Now I'm going to go back around. So use what's dripping off the bottom. We're still within our working time. There we go. Now I can throw that down a minute. Woo! So, just so you know, you are going to have fish eyes here for a little bit, okay? All that alcohol that went into that with the pigment, when it hit, it made a puddle, pushed it. It's got to have time to come back and close. Now, let me tell you the secret. This is not, we're not done here at all. We're going to babysit these drips. We're going to get through the drips to where they're squeaky clean and everything is just beautiful underneath. Anything we have left that we do not like a fisheye, like anything like that, ain't going to matter. Because what you don't know is tomorrow there is graphics that's going to be put on here. In addition to, we are actually doing a clear flood coat over the top of this because of the graphics that we have going in it. It'll all make sense the next video that we go to do. This is such a thin pour. This black Galaxy Metallic is our base drop. When we go to put our vein work in here, when we do all these other things, then we want to clear flood coat over that to encase it. It's going to give it depth. It's going to really trick the eye. And everything's going to look like it's way down in there or right at the surface, either or, and the whole time the pool is only that deep. So that's the cool part about that. So we're going to step out of the room for a minute, save a little video time. We'll bring you right back. We're not doing a thing yet. We're getting ready to start with these drips. We got bunch of times to go around here with drips so that they don't accumulate and we end up having humps that have already dried